it's been 1 year since David Schonenbaum, Angel Schonenbaum, and Delana Thurman were arrested in a gut-churning neglect case. The parents and aunt all facing legal troubles after a 6-month-old baby boy was bitten over 50 times by rats.
Until now, the family has not talked about this case, but the father agreed to share his story. In a story you'll only see here on 44 News, I sat down with David Schonenbaum inside the Vanderburgh County Jail. What do you want everyone to know? Because this, a lot of people have eyes on this investigation, and they're kind of curious why you didn't speak at trial. So what do you want people to know now?
I'm not a monster. I'm really not. I'm a human. I'm a father. I love my kids. There's nothing I could have said at that trial that would have, taken those pictures out of the jury's mind.
Just weeks after being convicted on 3 felony neglect charges, David Schonenbaum is breaking his silence. Can you kind of just walk me through, starting with that night, when this all happened, the next morning you called 911, kind of walk me through what happened?
She checked on him at 11, I guess. Mm-hmm. So he gave him, positioned his bottle. So he gave it to him.
So do you guys usually not sleep in the room with him at nighttime?
I usually do. Okay. But from working all day and pure exhaustion, I sat down in the recliner and that was it. I woke up at probably about 6:30 or so when I woke up, got the kids ready, the older kids ready for school, like I usually did. I stopped in and went into his room and I seen blood everywhere, and so we took him in there, cleaned him up a little bit, and I saw when he snapped his fingers, and immediately I called 911.
6-month-old Timmy was found covered in blood inside his bassinet September 13th, 2023, just hours before a DCS visit. So talk to me about the rat problem.
We did not have any issues. I've been there for 5 years, never had any issues with a rat problem until the city started doing sewer work on our street. When they're working on these sewers that are, 100-year-old sewers down the area, these rats and the rodents gotta go somewhere.
Do you think that because of the way the condition the house was, that contributed to more rats coming to your house than other people?
I would say it probably did not help.
So you never really thought that the rats being in the bedroom where Timmy slept was ever gonna be an issue?
I'd never really seen them in the bedroom.
How many did you see at a time?
Rats, you'd only see one at a time.
Okay. So you never really thought it was that big of a deal until this happened?
No.
But not the screaming, you know what I mean? I think a baby being bitten like that severely, it was near-death experience. No. Him screaming, it's hard to, I think it's hard for everyone else to understand how, I know you said you're exhausted, you're working, but not to hear those screams, I think that's just kind of hard for a lot of people to wrap their brains around.
And I also have, sleep conditions. I've got sleep apnea, and, anybody that's been around me while I sleep will tell you, I can fall asleep, I won't hear nothing. A lot of the agreement, with my wife being across the point was I was supposed to have someone there at night. That's the whole reason, we had people there, was to be able to hear him.
Schonenbaum says during this time, his wife Angel was in rehab, his sister was unemployed, so he was financially supporting 2 families while also dealing with an ongoing rodent and pest problem. Going back to how many rat bites Timmy had on him, it said over 50. He'll be permanently disfigured. How do you think that when he's growing up and asking questions, how are you going to explain that? How do you explain that to someone?
The best thing I'd ever be able to explain to him, is that, we were poor. We were growing up, we were doing our best trying to raise the kids, take care of them. Sometimes the best is not, it isn't the best, Now,
David is set to be sentenced 1 week from today on 3 felony neglect charges. As for the victim, little Timmy, he recently graduated from physical therapy and he's on the road to recovery.